A mobile app is aiming to eliminate the need to wait in line for the hottest new sneaker releases.
Which is something I need.
Need it. It's called Copdate and enables users to reserve with the tap of their finger and then pick up in store as soon as that product becomes available. Now, since it launched 1 year ago, its user base has grown to hundreds of thousands of users. And joining us now to break it all down is Andrew Raisman, a founder and CEO of the app, and he joins us live right now from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. It's great to have you here, my man.
Great to be here.
On your website, here's what you tout, quote, reserve your spot and cop every drop, hassle-free.
Hassle-free.
Explain yourself, make your case as to why this was necessary for avid sneakerheads to have an easier and more reliable way to know what they're getting, and more importantly, how fast and when they can get it.
Piece of cake. So the sneaker world has exploded.
It's booming. It's insane.
Booming. It's crazy. So it used to be you could wake up on a Saturday morning and walk down to your Foot Locker and grab the hottest sneakers and no big deal. But over the last 5 to 6, 7 years, through social media and all the big brands are doing these crazy collabs, and guys like Kanye West and Michael Jordan are releasing these sneakers. It's making the process for the average sneakerhead virtually impossible. So there's crazy lineups, websites are crashing, so the demand is so extreme that the average consumer cannot acquire the shoes on release day.
Right.
So what that's doing is that's propagating a secondary market of people reselling the sneakers.
Right.
So they buy the sneakers at retail, and then they put them on sites like eBay, or there's a bunch of other secondary markets, and that's generating billions of dollars of resale value.
Right.
So what happens is the resale price of the shoe is double or triple the retail price, and that precipitates the demand and so on and so forth. So at the end of the day, week after week, sneakerheads are not being able to get the shoes. So with the app, we work with retailers to allow them to release the sneakers through the app.
Right.
And so users will download the app and follow the shops that they want.
Okay.
And when the sneaker drops, you get a notification on your phone saying reservations for the shoe is available.
And you can go and pick them up.
You hit cop, you get a reservation number, you show up on release day, and you're done.
But here's the question though. Who are the people who are able to get them right ahead as soon as they hit the retail? Because the counter argument to this would be, let the hand of the free market decide. This is competition. This is retail. This is the importance of big business. If I am a Kanye West-based designer, I'm designing the next Jordan that's got a Kanye exclusive logo, and I'm only releasing 23,000 pairs of it, great, let the highest bidders win. Go, let this be dog-eat-dog business. How do you respond to that? I don't want to say criticism, but that voice from the other side who says, you know what, if Baker is going to be smart enough to get the first 100 pairs and then mark it up 3 or 4 times, that's the power of business. Who would disagree with that mentality?
That's fine, and that's been the sort of the status quo for the last X amount of years, 5, 6, 7 years. The thing is, there's a tipping point in the market now, and the general feeling in the market is that the shoes are being gobbled up by bots, which are software that are checking out the shoes. So that's kind of unfair. The resellers, if it's every man for himself, then that's one thing. But what usually happens is they're well-organized teams, and they kind of pay people to line up in 50 or 60 people in line.
Right.
So what happens is, week after week, you're getting just such a general sense of frustration in the marketplace that the brands have taken notice, the retailers are taking notice, and there's kind of a call to action now of trying to sort of level the playing field and make things better. So that's where the app comes in. We're on the side of the sneakerhead, and we're also on the side of the retailer, because at the end of the day, having 60 to 70 people, or even more, in New York, it can go to the hundreds of people in lawn chairs outside of your store is disruptive. There's violence. Your website is crashing. And at the end, and it's not the shoes are going to sell out, but at the end of the day, the public reaction that's coming out of these releases is so negative all the time that anything that the retailer can do to sort of facilitate that or smooth that over, it kind of goes a long way.
That's a good argument.
The sneaker industry, of course, is a billion-dollar industry. JD and I contribute to most of those. Currently, you guys are available in New York, Miami, Los Angeles, Montreal, Las Vegas, Vancouver, Lexington, Kentucky. Is that because of the University of Kentucky? Everybody loves sneakers there?
Well, we have a yes. Yes, that's
Sure they
why.
do.
But actually, we have a partner called Oneness. That's a great store in Kentucky. So they're our representative out there.
Okay.
We also, I don't want to forget to mention Detroit. We also have a great partner in Detroit. Yeah.
Shoe scene there. Where are you guys looking to expand to other markets, other cities?
Yes, definitely. The plan is to sort of blanket the map with retailers all over the States, Canada, Europe, Asia, Australia, anywhere where there's a sort of a demand for sneakers, which is basically everywhere. We want to set up relationships and partnerships with stores there. And once we sort of secured a foothold in the sneaker space, no pun intended, there's definitely a plan to expand into other verticals like apparel or music and other kind of high demand product or
while essentially implementing the same rules of this existing model onto other verticals.
Yeah, the mechanics are not strictly limited to footwear. Wherever there's a demand for product, we're trying to facilitate the release process for both sides, from the consumer side and from the retailer side.
Nice. Real quick, the name, Copdate.
Yeah, fascinating pick. Why'd you pick that?
In the sneaker vernacular, copping shoes is the term for acquiring or picking them up. So where'd you cop those shoes is a way of saying where'd you get them. So I copped it. So Copdate is playing on that.
Love that. Really fascinating. That's Andrew Raisman. He's the founder and CEO of Copdate. Thanks so much. Can't wait to see the next sneakers that are on your site. I'm gonna have to go check it out.
Copdate.com.
Yep.
Congratulations, my man.